I'm Mai Salazar. Here are the latest stories. The Philippine National Police or PNP will deploy more personnel to man hotel quarantine facilities in Metro Manila following reports that some overseas Filipino workers or OFWs have been escaping to skip the mandatory quarantine period and to return to their homes. According to PNP Deputy Chief for Operations Lieutenant General Israel Dixon, the Philippine Coast Guard sought to augment manpower to fully secure quarantine hotels for returning OFWs. Based on guidelines of the Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases, returning OFWs are required to undergo mandatory quarantine upon their arrival and wait for 5 to 7 days before being subjected to a COVID-19 swab test. They would only be allowed to go home if the test yields a negative result. Meanwhile, the PNP crafted protocols to be followed by the police when dealing with community pantry organizers. PNP Chief General Guillermo Eleazar hopes the guidelines will prevent misunderstanding as organizers of community pantries feel they are being profiled and red tagged by the government. Under the guidelines, Eleazar said the presence of police officers at community pantries is limited to maintaining peace and order, as well as ensuring that minimum public health safety standards are strictly observed. Moreover, Eleazar disclosed that the police force will assist in transporting COVID-19 vaccines outside Metro Manila. In a statement, Eleazar said that assets of the PNP, to include its maritime assets and choppers of the Special Action Force, are on standby should their assistance be needed. Eleazar said the deployment of these assets will help the delivery of vaccines in far-flung areas of the country. This also supports the armed forces of the Philippines' parallel mission to deliver the vaccines in remote areas of the country. We are your voice for change. We will keep on bringing updates and the latest stories. I'm Mai Salazar. Watch these stories on News Force.
Here are today's headlines. Religious gatherings at 30% capacity now allowed by Metro Manila mayors. Department of Finance eyes arrival of private-led vaccine imports next month. Anti-online sexual abuse and children exploitation bill passes Senate second reading. House Speaker hails deployment of nursing graduates to augment a medical workforce. Department of Education to propose several dates for school opening to President Duterte. United States lawmakers say success in Afghanistan depends on Afghans. Fair and balanced news, comprehensive reports that will take you to the heart of the action. This is News Force.